So we're going to costs. When we talk about cost, basically we're talking about the amount of money you have spent as a business on inputs, which are land, labor, capital, and enterprise. So that means we have factors of production. So the amount we spent on land, the amount we spent on labor, the amount we spent on capital, the amount we spent on enterprise, they are all considered as cost. So without cost, we won't be able to even produce a pen as small as this pen is. We won't be able. So without factors of production, we cannot produce goods or services. So because we have to produce these goods and services, we need to spend on factors of production. Why do we have to spend on them? We have to spend on them because they are economic resources. Why do we call them economic resources? We call them economic resources because they are scarce. They are not something we would see. So we have to fight for them. We have to pay for them. They are not always available. So they are limited in supply.
Yes.
So land, labor, capital, enterprise are always limited in supply. As a result, they are considered as economic resources.
Yes.
So how we get them, the amount of money we spent on them to get those things, to be able to produce goods or provide services, is called cost. Is cost clear?
Yes, it is.
So we have land, labor, capital, enterprise. It has to go through processing to produce goods or to provide services. That is done.
Yes.
So we go to time periods. So when we talk about time periods, basically we're talking about the period when resources will be available, when goods or services will be produced. So when are we going to be able to use these resources? Are we going to be able to use these resources now? Or we're not going to be able to use these resources now? So if we are able to use it right now, if we are unable to use it, it will be because we don't have all the resources available. So what I'm saying in essence is this. Let's assume we have to build a house. So the time at which we have to build the house is not going to be just now. It might take years, yes or no?
Yes.
So during those years, it's a long run.
Yes.
So time period is about the short run and the long run. So in the short run, those factors of production we talked about right now, the inputs that we talked about, in the short run, one of them will be fixed. So that means in the short run, there will be one of those inputs that we cannot easily convert. We cannot change.
Yes.
That's why it's fixed. So in the short run, one factor of production is fixed.
Yes.
But when it comes to the long run, in the long run, all factors of production are considered variables.
Yes.
Why? Because in the long run, you can change things. This is a house right now.
Yes.
You cannot convert this house to a school as soon as right now. You can't. Yes. But in a year time, in 2 years, in 3 years, it can be converted to a school.
Yes.
Do you understand? So why can't we convert it to a school right now? We can't convert it to a school right now because one of the factors that we're going to use might be fixed. Like the building. We can't just take it away right now. Yes, maybe we can demarcate, but it can't easily turn to a class.
Yes.
Do you get it?
Yes.
So the difference between the short run and the long run is that in the long run, all factors are variables. That means you can change them. You can convert them to whatever you want to convert them to in the long run. But in the short run, it's difficult. In the short run, one of those factors will be fixed. Maybe labor, maybe land, maybe enterprise, maybe capital. One will be fixed.
We can't change.
We can't change it. So as a result, if we cannot change it, that means we cannot use it to produce whatever we want to produce.
Yes.
So time period is clear, right?
Yes.
So time period is about the short run and the long run. The short run, like I said, one of the factors of production is fixed in supply. In the long run, all factors of production are constant. Clear? So we go to the overview. The overview of cost. When we talk about overview of cost, we're talking about the response of cost. So we have the explicit and the implicit. So what makes them different? Oh, I wrote it on the other side. So we call it explicit cost because this is the cost we incurred because we are buying something. So it is an explicit cost. Get it? Explicit means it's directly. It is direct. We did it and we paid for it. So the cost we incurred by buying or by paying for something is an explicit cost. Clear?
Not really.
Not really, okay.
Yes.
Just whatever you buy, you pay for it. So what you paid for it is called explicit cost because It's directly linked to what you purchase. You wouldn't have paid for it if you don't. If you wouldn't have paid money on it if you do not buy it.
Yes. Oh, okay.
So because you bought it, and it's directly linked to you, it's an explicit one.
Oh, okay.
What buying the pen? You bought the pen. You pay for it. It's an explicit cost. So whatever we pay for is an explicit cost. Then it comes to implicit.
Yes.
It is indirect. It is not. It is here. You are not going to get money directly. It does not involve money. What it involves is that the money you won't be able to get. Listen, there's a difference between you paying money and you not being able to make money.
Yes.
So for implicit cost, I'll make an example of implicit cost now. Let's assume you have $2,000 with you.
Okay.
You borrowed me $2,000 without interest because you don't like interest. So you gave it to me $2,000.
Okay.
I use it. I give it back to you. At the same time, you might save that $2,000 into the bank, and the bank pays you 3% interest.
Yes.
Did you get it? So you have $20,000. Let's assume you have $20,000. You gave it to me. So giving me $20,000 without interest means as soon as I'm done using it, maybe after 1 year, I'm going to return $20,000 back to you. Yes or no?
Yes.
You could as well give it to the bank, $20,000 to the bank, and the bank is giving you 3% interest on the $20,000. So what's 3% interest of $20,000? I think $6,000. Let's check. 3 over 100 multiplied by 20,000, 0,000. That's $6,000.
Okay.
So if you had saved that money into the bank, your money would have become 26,000. Yes or no?
Yes.
So the 6,000 you did not receive because you gave it to me without getting interest is an implicit cost.
Okay.
So it becomes your opportunity cost.
Yes, what I would have got if I...
What you would have gotten
Yes.
if you choose the next alternative.
Yes, okay.
Do you get it?
Yes, I do.
So this is implicit cost. You didn't receive the money, yes? Here, for explicit, you paid the money. That's the difference. But here, you would have received certain money. So you lost this money because you choose this path.
Yes.
You choose that path.
Yes.
Do you get it?
Yes.
So that's the difference between explicit and implicit cost.
Okay.
Implicit cost will lead to opportunity cost. Explicit cost is the cost of buying something, whatever you purchased. Is it clear?
Yes, very clear.
So what is opportunity cost? Opportunity cost is the next best alternative forgone. The next best alternative forgone. So let's assume there is A, B, C, D. You choose A. Instead of choosing B or B, C, D, you choose A. So what do you think is opportunity cost here? You have the choice to choose either A, B, or C, or D. Then you choose A. So what is the best? What is the opportunity cost here?
B and C and D.
No, it's only B.
Why?
Because we said opportunity cost is the next best alternative forgone.
Okay, next.
So the next one to A is B, not C or D.
Yes.
So in the exams they might ask you, so it is B. The next best alternative, this is the opportunity cost. The choice you didn't make, the next one. So if you are choosing B, the opportunity cost is C. If you are choosing C, the opportunity cost will be D.
Yes.
So that's why opportunity cost is what? The next best alternative forgone. Is it clear?
Yes.
So that's about opportunity cost. I think that is clear.
Yes.
Then we go to types of cost.